Well, this is as high as we can get, it looks like.
So what's up, everybody? This was the first time I was arrested auditing in New Britain, and this is what I'm going to court for in New Britain, and I'm just trying to get some help, some eyes on it. See if anybody has anything to say. I know I didn't break the law. Court seems to think I still broke the law. The prosecutor that went to school for all this time is still under the impression laws were broken when they're missing key elements that make the statutes that they charged me with. So we'll watch it and we'll see.
These must be all people that work for the PD.
This is where it all begins, guys. This lady right here is the lady that works from records in the records department. So she works for the police station, and she's the one that calls the cops.
The little lady's hiding behind this pole. Okay. We found a Karen, guys. We found a Karen. I'm gonna call somebody and tell on you for doing something legal. Better.
And the whole reason I had walked away was so she could get into her car comfortably and leave.
Why are their vehicles out here taking up space? Huh. Don't make much sense.
It's true, too, because those are the same vehicles you'll hear them cry over the radio when the police come. Oh, he was looking at the vehicles. If you're that scared of people looking at your vehicles in public, put them on the other side of this gate and nobody can look at them. Like, it's not that hard.
How you doing, sir?
Good, how are you?
Good. Anything I can help you with?
No.
You're good?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
You know not to go past that though, right?
Yeah.
Just want to make sure. We had a rough day today.
So, you know what that let me know? Is I was allowed to be where I was, because if I wasn't, he would have made me move then, because that was a cop. So, I was allowed to be there. This is also another game that New Britain Police Department does. Every time you go there and film in the garage, they set off car alarms like a bunch of children.
They have an employee of the month.
Here come two of the most ignorant cops I've ever dealt with. Later in booking, they were talking about, oh, well, we came up to you so nice and we asked you what you were doing. And they said, no, you guys came up demanding my ID. You don't even know what it takes to get ID. And then accusing me of trespassing. You guys should have went and checked your cameras. It's not like I was going anywhere. And instead of checking your cameras, this is what happened.
Good, how are you?
Good. Do you have ID on you?
ID for what?
Apparently you were up here. It's no trespassing inside the
Yeah,
garage.
I was not past there.
ID on
Listen,
you?
I'm not giving you ID for
Well,
nothing.
you have to get some ID.
Listen, you don't for what? No, you.
You're trespassing.
Trespassing is past this.
We're not gonna argue.
Okay, so go check your cameras.
Okay.
I'm not
We
gonna
need
say
an
anything
ID
else.
from
Okay, I'm
you.
not gonna say
We
anything
need
else.
your ID.
I'm not talking. Nobody saw me back there. I didn't go back there. Go check your cameras. ID.
Was he actually in the police area?
You should check before you come asking for ID. You don't even have your story straight. So I wasn't back there.
If using the police area is restricted, he's 130.
Yeah. Beyond that is restricted.
Sorry for a second. I don't know how long you've been here.
It was called into us that he was in the police area reporting the women from records.
And we got Fatty right here who comes back. This is one of the rudest cops I've ever seen. Makes excuses for why he's acting like a loser on the job. This dude's a sad, pathetic excuse for a cop.
Which was right here. I was standing in the same spot. You were here when they came out.
Not only that, he told me I couldn't go past that gate, which means I can be where I am.
But
Do you have a phone money?
Also, he was in front of Emily's car.
Oh, I don't have tires.
There's one here.
Do you mind calling dispatch to see exactly if he actually was or not?
I can go check the cameras too.
yeah, I already told him to do that.
You don't tell them to do anything.
Well,
You're a nobody here.
like you are.
You're a civilian.
You're somebody. Oh, so we're below you?
No, you're
Is
a
that what you're
civilian.
saying?
You can't tell officers what to do.
It was a helpful tip. They want to stand here and waste all this time trying to figure out if I was trespassing. Just go check the camera. This could be over. I mean, I know I wasn't back there. I got it on camera.
Not that we're aware of yet.
Why is your body cam flash and yours doesn't?
It's none of your business.
Yeah, it is. Isn't it supposed to be on when she deals with the public? Isn't it supposed to be on when you deal with the public?
FOI it. You'll see if it was on or not.
I will.
You're absolutely detained.
Why you got such an attitude?
After the day we had,
It doesn't matter.
it matters.
No, it doesn't. If you're a public servant, you ain't supposed to just treat people like shit because you had a bad day.
You hear him making excuses and why he's in a bad mood. Oh, we had such a bad day. Oh, I gotta change my rag. Oh, it's my time of month.
Take a day off. Take a personal day. No excuse. No excuse.
The cameras pulled up for this gentleman.
What's your first name at least?
I'm not going to answer any questions.
No.
No. Can I get your guys' name and badge numbers?
Yeah, it's species 548.
You?
Gordon 554.
I'll ask him when he gets off the
Yeah,
phone.
you can talk to him.
You know what he's going to say? It's none of your business. I'm above the law. Well, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing.
And this is important right here because when they arrested me, they originally arrested me for trespassing and interfering. Trespassing for filming up here on public property. And as you'll hear in a few minutes, interfering for not giving them my name when I didn't have to and not answering questions when I didn't have to. And this is going to be important because when I went to court just 2 days ago, the court added back on trespassing in the first degree. I was never asked to leave. As you'll see, they refused to let me leave or do anything. So that's not trespassing in the first. So we already have that. That's one out. And you figure that the prosecutor, who the judge was bragging about, who went to school for so long to know these things, would know these very basic things.
We're gonna keep walking with you.
You can-
We're
you
not
have that.
sure.
And see, this is where I feel like that was the appropriate thing to say. Okay, we'll walk with you. No, watch what Peachy does.
You have
We
that.
need you.
You have that
if
right.
You could stay back
Well,
over
am I
here.
detained? Are you detaining?
As we're trying to figure
no,
out
no,
this
no.
investigation,
It's
yes.
So I'm detained.
Yes.
For nothing. I just need.
Because-
Hold on. Wait. Say it. I'm detained for what?
Detained as we're figuring out the investigation.
And I'm
whether
not
you've
free to
been-
go. Not free to walk.
No.
So I'm detained. Okay. For nothing.
Go check too. You want to call, I don't know if one of
Alright, so I'm gonna be up front with you. This is what's gonna happen.
20 minutes in, Fatty wants to go check the cameras now after they've already had me here. At this point, it was like 10, 15 minutes.
Okay? We're gonna have you stand over here. He's gonna go check the
Well, you guys got like I'm not staying here for more than...
You're not free to leave right
Okay,
now
so
while
I'm
we're
not standing here
investigating.
for 10, 20, 30 minutes because...
You're gonna stand here while he's checking the cameras.
Until
As soon as
until
he's
we're
done,
done with
then
the
we'll
No,
go from
I'm gonna
there.
walk and do what I gotta do.
You can't.
And then
So you're gonna
that
touch me?
would be
You're gonna touch me?
interfering.
We're telling.
Interfering is
Yes.
physical.
Second one, second round of trying to leave, and they won't let me. So I don't think it's trespassing. I think it's kidnapping. They got it wrong.
You can't charge me with interfering when I'm trying
We
to...
are
not-
investigating.
You're illegally detaining
We're
me.
not gonna argue with you. You are legally detained right now.
Legally?
You cannot
Under
walk
what
away
law?
while we
What law did I
investigate
break?
if you were trespassing
What law?
in our
Am I
garage.
suspected of breaking? What law?
Trespassing and for violating.
Listen,
the
we're not-
They keep trespass. They keep saying trespassing, but I don't think anybody even said I was trespassing. They called multiple people while I was there trying to say, was he trespassing? And nobody could say, we saw him trespassing. So why do you have me detained? Like, it doesn't make sense. Just because you're making up that I was trespassing doesn't mean I was trespassing. It's ass backwards.
Not gonna argue
Okay,
with
but I
you.
didn't do
Cameras
that.
and go from there.
You have no proof.
That's what we're trying to figure out.
Guilty until proven innocent. Connecticut, guys.
Okay, so now I gotta sit here.
Until we're done with
And
the
waste
rest.
my
you
time?
do. Yeah, and you're making it bigger than it needs to be.
No, it's not. What do you mean?
Our freedom and our rights are a big deal. Being held up by these tyrants and being kidnapped and forced to do things when you haven't done anything wrong is not, it should be made a big deal. Every single time it happens, because the reason they do these things is because people let them.
What do you mean?
Listen, wait a couple minutes.
What do you mean?
Oh, and here we go. This in Connecticut, this is what I've noticed, guys. Every time I've been assaulted, every time except for once that I've been arrested, it's always been either by supervisors or once supervisors have showed up like this. If you guys listen in a minute, when she goes back there and talks to him, you can clearly hear her tell him, we don't know if he did it or not. And you know what the supervisor does? He goes, well, arrest him, and runs over and arrests me. That's how ignorant these people are. Like, these are the people we pay. I get they were in a bad mood that day and this and that, but that's not an excuse. And then the worst part is stuff like this happens where I clearly didn't do anything wrong, and you go to court and the court, more or less the prosecutors who swear they know everything, try to say that you actually committed these crimes when you didn't.
What do you mean?
If you were standing here and you did nothing wrong, just wait. He'll check. the
I already
cameras
told
and
you I
you're free to
wasn't.
leave. Okay. Okay.
I already told
need to
you.
check. So you just hang out with us for a few minutes while we do this, and leave.
Yep. Hang.
And look at as soon as Super Trooper over here gets out of the car, he's already putting his gloves on. He already had his mind made up that he was going to arrest me. Clearly by the fact of her telling him, well, we don't know if he did or didn't do it, and he still runs over and arrests me. I'd say his mind was already made up.
Hang out.
What's up?
So
They're detaining me for absolutely nothing. Detained for nothing. You guys know you can't do that.
we don't know if he was in there or not, but.
Put it down. Let's go. Put it down. You're under arrest. We're not playing games here. Trespassing. You have no business being here. There's no public property. That's fine.
You heard him. He's arresting me for trespassing on public property because he doesn't think I have any business there. It doesn't make much sense, does it? I didn't know he was the inspector of whose business is acceptable and whose business isn't acceptable. But this is a sad excuse as a cop. I wonder how many times Pharrell has done this to innocent people. How many times he's assaulted innocent people.
Tons of signs. You're trespassing and then you're interfering. And then you're interfering.
Right here, trespassing, guys. No, public property.
We'll tag this for you, okay? All right.
The police department still refuses to give me all three of these guys' names that are in these suits, too.
Might still be recording.
That's fine.
Got some Nazis out here.
Okay.
Arrested for being in public. Hearing with what?
We're done with their investigation when they tried to interview you.
I talked to them. What do you mean?
We're done.
Refuse to give us your name.
So, as I said, they're charging me with interfering for not answering their questions, for not giving them my name and not aiding them investigate me when they clearly didn't have anything. And the court thinks that's appropriate. The court thinks that's interfering.
I'm not talking
I
to
don't
you.
have to give you my name.
That's fine. We're done talking. We're done. You have a car?
Our cars are on the other side of the garage.
Looks
so-
like public parking.
All right, so sit him down here and then we'll get your car. Sit down.
Well, are we gonna wait for the guy to get back that's checking the cameras
You
to
sit here.
prove
I don't need to.
that I
Sit down.
wasn't on the property?
Sit down.
I can't sit down if they're molesting me.
Well, they're checking your property, but I'm not
Well,
going to
but
sit you
you
don't fall.
know this is illegal.
Okay. Well, we'll decide. Listen,
I mean, not you. The courts are gonna decide.
that's fine. You're absolutely right. 100%.
You have no weapons on you?
I'm not gonna answer any questions.
Okay.
2 phones.
Is that funny? Glad you find out music.
Unit 10.
So, according to the police, I have interfering for not helping them investigate me. What was the other one? Breach of peace. I'm not sure how everybody else seems to understand this, but the prosecutor doesn't. In Connecticut, for it to be breach of peace, it must include violence or threats of violence, because Connecticut used breach of peace to violate everybody's rights for the longest times, and I think within the past 10 years, our statute has been revised, and now it must include those key elements to make it that crime. So, as we can all see, I did not breach peace either. So, no interfering, no breach of peace, and I clearly didn't trespass. So, how am I going to court and court's adding on more stuff instead of rectifying the situation? It's pathetic. It's just pathetic.
Said that we got some higher ups out here and they allow this.
They're doing their job.
Their job is to
You heard it straight from the horse's mouth, guys. It is their job to violate people's rights and harass innocent people, not doing anything wrong. It's their job.
harass people on public property. This is. Where's public property?
Pharrell's already established that this is public property. He's so dumb that he forgets that he's already admitted. And let's not forget, the following Monday, this happened on a Friday, the following Monday, which would be the next business day, the chief of police sent me an email stating what I was doing was 100% legal, that he's opening up an investigation into all officers involved. So, to me, and I think anybody with half a brain cell, that's admitting that what I was doing was legal and that it's actually the cop's fault. I don't quite get how the prosecutor can't understand that. The prosecutor literally said, well, yeah, the chief said what you were doing was legal, but the charges aren't about that. If this is the whole incident, how are the charges about anything else? It doesn't really add up, prosecutor. I think with all that schooling, you would know what you were talking about. What else? And it would, every time I went back, they would arrest me. Instead of every time I went back, what's happened has supposed to happen. They've left me alone. I mean, they'll still hit their little car alarms and play little games, and you can see that they don't like it, but they're not out here violating people's rights, and they're not out here illegally arresting people and making them go to court for BS stuff.
My business is you guys. That is my business. And that's not up to you to decide.
Also, all those vehicles confirmed insurance.
But we'll see. Got some straight up tyrants. You too.
I'm sorry to feel that.
Not feelings, it's truth. You guys grab people and molest people on public property? Yeah, you do.
No, I'm gonna check that.
You're the one that says you're arrested. So you did.
You're right.
So you molest people.
I made the decision. You're right. It's fine. You're in the game. Quite right.
You go by 40.
Like that for now.
Recording.
It's recording again? Jeez.
Guy wasn't even smart enough to stop the phone from recording. Couldn't hit the big red button. Kept turning it on and off.
What up, guys? We just got arrested by them.
It's just pathetic, guys, that... And I'm going to tell you, I've done a lot of stuff. I've been in trouble in my life. I've been to court for stuff that I've done. And I think we all know that the court system's corrupt and this and that, but it's still going and seeing it firsthand, like knowing that I didn't do anything wrong, having it all documented. You can't ask for any better evidence than having it all filmed. And I go to court and court's still adding on charges, instead of doing the right thing. It doesn't make much sense. The statutes are the statutes for a reason. And like I had said already, if they're missing key elements that make the statute, it's not a crime. So I don't understand. Well, I do understand, because court's a business. I told the prosecutor the other day, it's your job to prosecute us, not let us off. And she wanted to argue with me and tell me it's my job to do what's right. I can't tell, prosecutor lady. All you do is get up in front of the judge and lie about what we discussed last month, and lie about this and lie about that.
The most ignorant cops in all of Connecticut. New Britain Police Department thinks you can't record in public and arrest you for it. I feel bad for the people of this community, man.
Not just for the police department either. The court system is just as corrupt as the police department. That community is all around hit.
It's sad. I didn't do nothing wrong, and they arrested me. They charged me with breach of peace. They arrested me. They charged me with interfering. This is a sergeant.
He's not a sergeant either. He's a clown manager, supervisor. That's what he is. He's not in the military. He never served in the military. He is in no way, shape, or form a sergeant. He is a clown supervisor that is obviously in a position that he's not even fit to be in.
These guys arrest people for public photography.
You see that clown driving away while he's looking at his computer screen. Real safe.
Arrest people for recording in public. Don't record in public, they'll arrest you. Don't do it. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you, Legassi.
You know it's on the 4th, right?
Yeah, they told me.
Yo,
I'll
be
be.
smart, dude. Don't
I,
take those jobs,
I won't. Thank you. I'm just telling everybody how we get arrested for recording in public. He was all right. Legassi was the only one that was okay. This is a dude that decided I'm getting arrested. Wasn't even there. Look at how mad he is. Yo, they're arresting me for public photography. This was one of the perpetrators.
But that's it. Tell me what you guys think. It really blows my mind that this happened. And now I gotta go to court and I gotta fight with court. 3 years probation is what they offered me yesterday or 2 days ago. 3 years probation for this. For their police harassing me, for their police violating my rights. They want me to take 3 years probation. And I said, yeah, we need to set a trial date. The court did not want to set a trial date. They keep trying to get me to take a continuance every time I go. And every time I go, I keep telling them I don't want a continuance. I want to just get this over with. So there is a trial date set now, and we are on the, well, not a date set, but we're on the docket. So they said that they'll be calling whenever they call.